Good morning, class 7. It is a math period. Now we have in algebraic expression. My dear students, mathematics, in maths there are a number of branches. In algebra, I suppose you must have started from class 6. So you know some mathematical terms in algebra. What is algebraic expression, terms, constants, variables, coefficients. And after that we will come to the operation of algebraic expressions. Operation means we have 4 operations. We will find the sum of given algebraic expression. We will find the difference. We will find the product. We will divide the given expression by another. Algebraic expression क्या है? When we want to express कोई mathematical idea को बताना चाहते हैं by using some quantities, constant and variable. Constant कहते हैं the quantities whose value is fixed. There, suppose if you write 5, so this means 5 is always 5, no change in the value. Minus 1 by 2, this is also fixed value, no change in this value. This cannot be, vary its value. So these quantities are called constant. And we use some English alphabets in algebra. A, B, C. Other कुछ नहीं है, any value, any symbol you can use. But we generally use A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, etc. Sometimes P, Q, R, S. So we use constant term and variables. These two terms are combined together by the multiplication and division. So algebraic expression terms, suppose we write 2a. This 2 is constant term, a is the variable. Maybe x, maybe y, maybe z. 3x, y. Here x, y are the variables and this is constant. So these two terms, constant and variables, form terms. Constant and variables form the algebraic expression that is called terms. Many terms may be in algebraic expression. Suppose we write 3a, 4a, b, c. These are terms. 3a first term, 4a, b, c. Many constants and variables, they are combined together by either multiplication or division. And if each term is separated by either positive or negative, suppose 2a plus 3b. So these two terms are separated with that sign plus, and this form algebraic expression. And there are two terms. And coefficient is the numerical value, the arithmetic number which is with the variables. They are coefficients. Coefficient may be numerical and may be literal. Suppose here, what is the coefficient of A? We can say 2 is the coefficient. This 2 is numerical coefficient. And if I ask in this term 3xy, what is the coefficient of y? 3x is the coefficient of y. 3 is a numerical coefficient and x is literal coefficient. So these are the some terms you must have studied in class 6 because algebra start from, I guess, about 5 or 6. So these terms you should remember. And now we will come to the operation. How will you add? How will you subtract? How will you multiply one by one? You have to learn. Now you see, I solve a few questions, and then you will try to solve another. और इसको भी हम बताते हैं. What is a monomial? Monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial, and polynomial. Poly, you understand? Poly means many. If an algebraic expressions have many terms, polynomial. So, if number of terms or many number of terms in algebraic expression, they are called polynomial. But these are some special polynomial. If a number of terms is 1, that is monomial. Suppose 2a, this is a monomial because this has only one term. Monomial 3 terms, 3x plus 5y, suppose 3x plus 5y, 3x plus 5y binomial, because this expression, this algebraic expression has 2 terms. Similarly, trinomial 3 terms, quadrinomial 4 terms, and many terms they are called in general polynomials. So these things you have to also remember. So you have learned what is the coefficient, constant, and variable, monomial, binomial, trinomial, and then degree. What is the degree of the variable? Suppose 2x square minus 3x. Like terms, unlike terms, इसको भी समझना है. If the variable, same variable, and power of the variable is same, constant may differ, may be the same, but these are called degree of the polynomial. Now this is the binomial. What is the degree of this polynomial? Degree of the polynomial means the maximum power of the variable. Your variable is x, maximum power you see 2, and therefore this is the maximum power 2, degree of the polynomial is 2. So power degree means the maximum power, maximum number of power of the variable of any algebraic expression, that is called degree. And like terms, unlike terms, मैंने कहा कि 2a and plus 5a. These two are like terms. Like terms can be added, can be subtracted. So this will be 7a. But if I ask you 3a and plus 4b, find the sum. So you cannot add because these two are unlike terms. So these things you have to remember, and then you have to. First you will try to understand this term. What are the constants? What are the variables? What are the terms? What is the algebraic expression? And what are monomials, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial? So I want to remind once again, polynomial, algebraic expression which have only one term. Binomial, the expression which have 2 terms. Trinomial, tri is 3, you understand? And therefore, if number of terms is 4, that is called quadrinomial. These are special names. And after that, if suppose if the algebraic expression has 10 terms, so how will you say? Polynomial of 10 terms, like that. Because these are some special names, So monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial, and then we will say about the polynomial of 10 times, of 7 times, and 50 times like that. So in question 1, you will identify what is monomial, binomial, so 2n, you see. So these terms you should understand, and then you will come to the exercise. The exercise you see, exercise 6a, identify monomial, binomial, trinomial, 2m plus 3m. Second, a minus 5b plus 7c. Third, 2 by 7 a squared. Fourth, 7a squared plus 2b squared minus 4ab. And fifth, 1 by 2 x to the power 3, this is called x cubed minus 1 plus j. You have to identify which is monomial, binomial, trinomial. So, number 1, how many terms? 2 terms. So this will be binomial, and these are the terms, 2m. 2 is the constant, m is the variable. 3n, 3 is the constant, coefficient, and n is the variable. So these terms, 2 terms we have, so therefore it is binomial. How many terms? 3 terms. मैंने कहा था कि each term is separated by either positive or negative sign. A minus 5b plus 7c. How many terms? 3 terms. Terms are A, first term, minus b, second term, and 7c, third term. So this is trinomial. How many terms? Only 1 term. 2 by 7a squared. 2 by 7 coefficients, and a squared, a is the variable, and 2 is the degree or power or exponent, index भी बोलते हैं. This is monomial. How many terms? 3 terms. First term 7a squared. Second term 2b squared minus 4ab. And there are also 3 terms. So in question number 1 you have to identify. So you should try to understand these terms, and then you will write the coefficient of x. Question number 2. What is coefficient of x? So our 2x is a term, and this 2 is coefficient of x. mx, what is the coefficient of x? M. Minus 2px, what is the coefficient of x? Minus 2p, यहाँ पर देखें x का जो भी नंबर्स हैं, टर्म्स हैं, ये सारे कांस्टेंट और वेरिएबल. This is numerical coefficient and this is literal coefficient. So what is the coefficient of x? Minus 2p. This minus 2 is numerical and this is literal. So in question number 2, you will also try to solve. You have to write the coefficients. Write the coefficient of x in 6. Third again, minus 6xy squared. What is the coefficient of x? देखिए x यहाँ है, इसका जो भी टर्म बाकी जो टर्म्स हैं, minus 6y squared. This is the coefficient of x. Question number 3. And identify like terms. मैंने कहा like terms, मैंने कहा same variable and power will be same. So those are called like terms. Otherwise unlike terms. Identify polynomial algebraic expression. So I have explained all the questions, whatever the question given in 6a. You will try to complete this exercise. And I suppose if you understand all these terms, coefficient, constant, variable, algebraic expression, so you will be able to solve the questions of 6a. And if you are unable to solve, if you find any difficult, you can contact me and I will try to solve it. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.